What if I told you that 89% of people have a leaky gut and most of them have no idea it exists? But here's the worst part. It's quietly causing your bloating, brain fog, low energy, low testosterone, and stubborn fat. And it's the real reason you can do everything right in the gym and still see almost no results. In this video, I'll show you the exact 7-step process that I used to fix my own gut health, so you can eliminate this hidden bottleneck and make your body more efficient and finally start getting results that match your effort. I know this because I lived it. Skin problems, chronic bloating, brain fog. I tried the animal-based diet. I tried going fully vegan. I followed the mainstream advice, but nothing worked. I was putting in the effort, but the mirror wasn't changing. It took me a long time to figure out why, and once I did, everything changed. My body finally started responding the way it should. I'll walk you through this step by step, 7 specific things I changed in order, and I'd do them again. So you can take this and run with it today. If you ignore this, you'll keep running in the gym, keep trying new diets, and keep wondering why nothing's working, while the actual problem goes unfixed. That's months or years of wasted effort that you could be spending building your business, being present with your family, or just actually enjoying your lives. So let's fix it right now. Okay, so step 1. This is the first step you need to take to fix your gut health. The elimination diet. You have to do an elimination diet, right? This is a core step. You have to strip your diet down to the cleanest, most gut-neutral foods for 3 months minimum. The goal is to give your gut a complete breakdown from anything inflammatory or hard to digest. This is your baseline. It also makes step 4, trial and error, actually work. Without this reset, you can't tell what's causing what, and you can't move to the other steps. The elimination diet is very important, and you have to eliminate the foods, all the bad foods, right? This also includes vegetables. I mean, we're going to talk about it in a second, but I just want to say something very important. You have to eat the food that's easy to digest and that has all the micronutrients and macronutrients you need to build tissue, right? So tissue is made out of fat, collagen, and protein. So you need to have these 3 nutrients optimized on the elimination diet, right? So you need to get enough protein, collagen, and fat, so that you remove the irritants, but also you give it the building blocks so your gut can heal. Step number 2: foods to avoid and why. This is of course very important. You can't heal your gut if you keep irritating it with unhealthy processed foods, right? So you have to avoid gluten. This includes pasta, bread, and all this grain starch. Gluten damages the gut lining in sensitive people, triggers inflammation, even without celiac disease. Very important, you should remove this. If you have a gut issue, you can't be eating gluten. Seed oils, canola, soybean, sunflower, they are highly inflammatory and disrupt the gut microbiome. Eliminate this as well. Processed sugars, alcohol, very toxic. Ultra-processed foods, emulsifiers and additives directly irritate the gut wall and it's going to prevent it from healing. Next food you should avoid is dairy. Some people can tolerate it, others can't. You have to experiment and see it for yourself. Casein and lactose are common gut irritants. It varies from person to person. Nuts and seeds. Yes, you have to eliminate nuts, seeds, grains, because they are very high in anti-nutrients. They are very hard to digest and will irritate your gut. This is the part that plants protect. This is essential for the plant's survival, and obviously we're going to have a lot of toxins and anti-nutrients to protect itself, right? You're not supposed to eat the nuts and the seeds. Same with vegetables, they are very hard to digest and they are high in anti-nutrients. Very low in micronutrients as well, which is not going to provide you with the building blocks necessary to heal your gut, right? Protein, collagen, or fat. Also avoid salt, spices, and herbs, because they can also irritate your gut and will irritate your gut if you have gut issues. Step 3: fermented foods. These are also necessary to rebuild the microbiome. Your gut needs bacteria to heal, and fermented foods are the most bioavailable source. The best options is kefir and fermented raw cream. I didn't include fermented vegetables because they are very high in salt, which is going to irritate your gut. It's going to dehydrate you, and because vegetables are hard to digest and very low micronutrients and high anti-nutrients. That's why I didn't include. I see other people include sauerkraut, but Kefir is the best option in my opinion. These feed and diversify your microbiome, which regulates inflammation, immunity, and even mood. So definitely try and include kefir in your diet. Step 4, trial and error. This is very important. After 3 months on the elimination diet, your gut is calm. This is when you get your answers, right? Reintroduce one food at a time, eat it for 2 to 3 days, and then observe it for 48 to 72 hours. Because your baseline is so clean, the reaction is immediate and obvious. Bloating, skin flare-up, brain fog, energy drop, or even bad sleep. This is your personal food map. No generic diet can tell you this, your body will. Keep a simple notes app log, right? Add your food and how you felt. So basically after 3 months, you're gonna see improvement in your energy. If you have skin conditions like eczema, acne, psoriasis, you should see improvement in those departments. So you should see an improvement in your health from all aspects. You should see an improvement in your health after 3 months, right? Your digestion should be better and so on. If you did step 1 correctly, then in step 4 you basically can tell what food you can handle and what food you should avoid. Next up, step 5, slowly introduce new foods. Patience is the strategy. Mindset. Don't rush back to your old diet. The goal is to expand gradually. Adding too many foods at once breaks the feedback loop from step 4 and you lose the signal. Think of it like debugging a code, one variable at a time. Step number 6, sunlight. I bet you didn't expect this, but this is a very important step. Very, very important. If diet is 50%, sunlight is the other 50%. You need both to heal your gut health. Vitamin D produced via sun exposure is directly linked to gut lining integrity and microbiome diversity. So think of your gut lining as a security gate between the outside world and your bloodstream, right? When your gut is tight and healthy, it's incredibly selective. It lets through the nutrients your body actually needs, your amino acids, your fatty acids, your vitamins and minerals, but it blocks everything else, right, undigested. Food, toxins, harmful bacteria, none of that gets through, right? And that's what leaky gut essentially means. The gut lining becomes permeable. And this is what leaky gut means. When those junctions loosen up, basically the gates break down, things that have absolutely no business being in your bloodstream start slipping through. And your immune system sees them, panics, and launches an inflammatory response. So when sunlight hits your skin, two things happen that directly impact the health of your gut lining. The infrared light penetrates deep into your tissue and triggers melatonin production. And before you say anything, I know what you're thinking. Melatonin is for sleep. And yes, it is, but your gut actually produces its own melatonin locally. And it uses it as an antioxidant, right? It calms the inflammation along the intestinal wall, and when that inflammation settles down, the proteins responsible for keeping your gut lining sealed, right, for keeping it tight, they can actually function the way they're supposed to. Then you also got the vitamin D, right? Most people with gut issues are also chronically vitamin D deficient. So then you got the UV light, which drives your vitamin D production. And it literally regulates the expression of those tight junction proteins. When your vitamin D is low, those junctions start to loosen, and that's where the problems begin. That's when you get leaky gut. So this is why sunlight is very important. You should be sitting as much as possible outside in the sun, and it's very important that the sun hits you from your clavicle to your hips. This is where most of your organs are. And of course, if you can sit, so yeah, sit without a t-shirt. Aim for like 60 minutes daily, depending on your region. If you burn very easily, sit outside in the morning and gradually progress. Very important, get your sunlight. Get direct sun daily, ideally without sunscreen. Step number 7, it takes time. Set the right expectation. Gut healing timelines. You will notice noticeable changes in 2 to 4 weeks, but meaningful healing takes longer, but it of course depends on where you are right now. How bad is it? Most people quit because they expect instant results, and this is why they stay stuck. You'll feel changes within the first week, you'll see an improvement in your energy, you have less bloating, better mental clarity, even before you're fully healed. The key is consistency, so stay consistent with the elimination, the reintroduction, and the sunlight. The compound effect is real. So yeah, these are all the steps I took to improve and fix my gut health, to improve my health. So yeah, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want more content like this. And if you have video suggestions, please write them down in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time. Peace.